You want to shout out for me and have more vids frequently? Then support me on Patreon, where the cost is only $3. So the big problem with simps is that this character trait comes completely out of left field. Usually, you have a good sense of a character's personality. Then boom! The character's dynamic changes completely once the girl of their dreams come walking by. It feels like an entirely different character that's introduced with the same name, and you grow to hate it to its core. So is there a way you can add that simp trait without making it seem like a drastic change? Yeah, and I think We Bare Bears set that up perfectly. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jason Blade, and this is a Bat's Closer look in We Bare Bears Panda's Date.
Samples! Fresh peaches, take a sample.
Good morning. Could I have one of those?
Of course, here you are.
You're probably never going to hear me not enjoy the way they set up their opening scenes. Seeing the bears interact with their surroundings in season 1 always succeed in making me smile. This episode brings the enjoyment of experiencing new food from a variety of stands at a supermarket with free samples. It gives me a good reminder of me going into Sam's Club when I was younger, just going around the store to try various amount of samples to snack on. It also brings out the idea that the bears bring in a large presence everywhere they went, with taking even more than what they were supposed to.
Hey, are you okay?
Nope, don't want to get clapped by Turner. But now we spot the woman who wrapped her arms around him. The setup of Lucy being the girl of Panda's dream was set up very well with her quick-wittedness to save Panda from his deadly allergic reaction. When you get saved by someone in a life-threatening experience, you feel in debt to them as a person and you see them in a much higher value. As we know from previous episodes, Panda is known to get picked out as the most sensitive of the trio. So with this woman saving his life, he can't help but feel the love at first sight. Also, Panda, you got to press charges for attempted murder in the 2nd degree, cause that dude legit gave no craps about what he did.
Thank you, Lucy's Produce.
Yep, that's me, Produce Lucy.
Oh, hey, we're gonna go throw rocks in the lake if you wanna come.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I haven't thrown rocks in forever.
The structure of the montage did an excellent job in showing Panda's struggle in getting Lucy's attention. Starting off the ride with Panda riding next to her, then returning home the farthest apart. Being able to witness every attempt Panda does to impress, Grizz and Ice Bear outdo him in every aspect. The more he fails, the more frustrated he becomes as the day moves along. The big issue here is that his brothers are unintentionally blocking Panda from his goal. They all have a problem of not recognizing their surroundings, so it makes sense that they're not witnessing the body language of Panda. At the same time, Grizz and Ice Bear are just trying to have fun with their new friend just by being themselves. That's what Panda struggles with. He simply is trying too hard to win her over quickly instead of going for the gradual build up to that chance. With him not being able to enjoy the time he has with her in the group, he starts isolating himself altogether.
Let's get fancied up. I think we've got some nice clothes in the closet somewhere.
Closet.
Oh no.
So fun.
Hey guys, you want to play a game? I know a really good one.
Panda, don't do it!
First you get in here,
I like this.
and count to 1,000.
Yep, there it is. Ladies, gents, my non-binaries, here's your simp of the week. Panda has a very tough time in expressing his feelings about the girl to anyone. Instead of trying to pull his bros aside and let them know that he really likes this girl, he instead sabotaged his brothers in order to get his alone time with her. Unlike Grizz in the viral video episode, Panda is very well aware that what he's doing is wrong by taking advantage of his oblivious brothers. What little sympathy he's had for this episode is now thrown out of the window with this action.
Where's your brother?
They're sick, vomit, contagious, dump trucking everywhere, the walls, the carpet, oh boy.
This is not going to end well.
Quick, give me a coat hanger and some gum. I know a way to...
It's not going to end well at all. Now that Panda has made it to this point, it was clear he didn't think of what he will do next. he struggles in trying to communicate his feelings or really just be himself at all. His nerves are showing tenfold by sweating profusely, speaking extremely loudly when Lucy expresses her concern, and even seeing the small detail in Panda's crooked bow tie. Lucy is very clearly creeped out by this interaction, but she tries her best to enjoy herself as she begins to order.
You know, I've heard it's best to fully immerse yourself in your menu like this.
Now we get the sentiment. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Comes into play with Ice and Grizz coming into the picture. I really do enjoy the fact that Grizz still believes the game is still going here. He isn't someone to understand what actually is going on and always look at the brighter side of the situation. Which is great because this show isn't known to be super dramatic. Sure, things can get chaotic, but they do it in a fun way. However, while the bros are still viewing this as a playful situation, Panda is freaking out about the two wrecking his date. So his desperation comes into play once again as he drags Lucy around the restaurant to avoid Ice and Grizz.
About time. It's crazy in here.
Phase 1 successful. Here we go. Follow my lead.
Thank goodness you're here. Take this to table 4, this to 17, 2 for 18, and water for 50 through 70, and come right back when you're through.
We made it.
How Grizz and Ice got into the restaurant was a lot of conveniences being put into place. But the fact this is a new joint and there are many customers in demand, it goes to no surprise that anyone that comes in the kitchen get put to work automatically. Now onto the chase scene. One of the best things about it is the amount of tactics being used in order for Panda and Lucy not to be found. Starting with shoving their table to a shady corner. Next, running around to find a new table until they find a party table to shove themselves in. And finally, shoving himself and Lucy under said table. One thing to note is that the more these tactics are done, the more annoyed Lucy becomes. And Panda does not recognize that until Lucy has time to retort what's happening.
No, don't go. We're having a great time.
There you guys are. I have your...
See? More fun.
Panda, I think that was my order.
Huh?
It had peanuts in it.
Yeah, saw that coming a mile away. The peanut allergy that helped him find this girl comes into full circle to end up being the final nail on this coffin. Just like with Grizz and his impulsiveness clouding his judgment in viral video, Panda's judgment is clouded by his desperation. With him trying so hard to have his precious alone time with Lucy, he fails to recognize how it's affecting others, including the girl he wanted to be with so much. Seeing the allergy take away all momentum, even if it is a crumb, was an excellent use of irony as he gets the bad karma he deserved.
What happened?
Oh man, it wasn't pretty. You had a major allergic reaction.
Ugh, I'm so dumb.
Wait, did you like her? Dude, you should have just told us.
I'm just a little embarrassed, I guess.
Don't be. We're always here for you, man. You probably didn't have a chance, though.
Huh?
So that was Panda's date. Panda recognizing that he messed up and still not being able to communicate well about it pretty much shows Panda's personality. Plus, Grizz and Ice understanding Panda's mumbling shows how strong the bond between the brothers are. They get one another, and would be willing to help out if they became aware of Panda's feelings much earlier. Plus, Grizz giving blunt honesty in the end was a great way to end this episode. Without Panda acted, he basically said what plenty of viewers probably felt by the end of it. He just doesn't know how to be himself in front of others he has feelings for. So it may be inevitable that he'll find a way to mess it up. Overall, this episode does solidify Panda being a lovable loser. Sure, there are plenty of times where he makes you groan with some of the tactics he's pulled to get the girl of his dreams. Even then, he's shown to be extremely socially awkward in general, unlike other simp characters. So you can help but root for him to learn how to be more social and stand up for himself. And he does do that like in the Charlie Ball episode I reviewed earlier, which you should look at as well as other We Bare Bears reviews. At the end of the day, I can definitely recommend this episode to those interested to how Panda's personality is set for the season and what he needed to do in order to grow as a character. Thank you for taking the time to see this Bat's Closer Look. Click on the video to the right to see more and subscribe to Jason Blade to join the trip to 1K. You can send your take about this episode in the comments section below. Until then, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.